Hello, welcome back here into the Daily Weather Outlook. Today is November 16th. This Daily Weather Outlook is for November 17th here. We're paying attention here to a couple things in the tropics. We do have Tropical Storm Sara that we're paying attention to as well. We'll go over the models here with that. We also have a severe weather threat that is expected tomorrow, a slight risk weather threat here and for Texas area. We'll be checking out that here shortly, and then also a brand new update over here to the temperatures. Very, very cool temperatures are expected, especially for the southeast pretty soon here, as a lot of people in the southeast have been wondering and been waiting for this moment here on where the temperatures are at, really. So taking a look right now here at the United States, you can clearly see just a little bit of cloud cover continuing on over here in the northwest. We can clearly see that for Washington, Oregon, heading into parts of Northern California. Also a lot of cloud cover earlier today here in parts of Michigan, Wisconsin, heading into really majority of Ohio and West Virginia. And then down here in the southeast, very, very calm with the clouds. Not a lot of clouds there to be seen. Our main focus here a couple days ago was the tropics. We were paying attention to Invest 99L that did turn into Tropical Storm Sara. Models were keeping it away from land, did bring it up into Florida as a possible major hurricane. The good news is it did take that more of a westward path, so that's great news, and now will dissipate over Central America and Mexico over here. And you kind of can see right now it is already impacting maybe a little bit with tropical storm conditions over here by Honduras, but this will make its way inland, probably into tomorrow morning, going into tomorrow night. We'll be seeing this head inland here as a tropical storm, and will dump heavy amounts of rainfall here in Belize, Mexico, and has already dumped heavy amounts of rainfall in Honduras there. The winds are 45 miles an hour, moving west at 5. It was stationary yesterday. This is what we're talking about, though, right here. This is kind of what we're looking at. 12 inches locally here in this region here of northwestern Honduras, heading into southeastern Belize here. The good news is that obviously the rain has gone down a little bit more than it was yesterday, as we were in the pink area for yesterday. Obviously, it's because the storm has moved it a lot more off to the west, but it's not moving very quickly at all. So still 12 plus inches locally, as they've already gotten plenty of rain so far. So life-threatening flash flooding and some possible mudslides are very, likely here with this heavy amounts of rainfall. Taking a look here at night, Tropical Storm Sara's track here, which is 19L. There's that low pressure system. There's obviously that tropical storm. There's Sara. Continues to move off over here into parts of Mexico. Will move off. Then will eventually make its way into the Gulf of Mexico. And then this is where it comes a little bit more split. Majority of the models aren't keeping anything forming from this system anyway, so that's the good news right there. But this could impact on who gets majority of the rain. Majority of the models now bringing it up into the Florida Panhandle here, as a cold front will be coming down, and that will kind of guide the storm off to the northeast here. So that is good news for the west coast of Florida with the rainfall, because there is a little bit of that drought continuing on over here in the Florida Peninsula, or in the Florida Panhandle. For the rest of the Florida Peninsula, though, we can clearly see that there's been too much rain so far this year from several hurricanes. So that's kind of why the west coast of Florida, it's pretty good news for you, definitely because of the ground being so saturated. You don't really need any more rain. Taking a look here at the GFS model, this is the brand new 18Z here. You can clearly see over here in the next couple of days, this will dissipate over here over Central America, make its way up into the Gulf of Mexico, and we'll see this high pressure that's over, kind of the southeast will kind of push off over here to the east. And there is Sara right there, 1,006 millibar tropical system there. Most likely will not be anything, but there's that heavy amounts of rainfall right off the coast of the Florida Panhandle, and that will head into the west coast of Florida, and does seem like the heaviest rain, according to the GFS model run, into around the west coast, west central Florida here. That will bring it in, and then bring obviously in that colder weather right out of this cold front. That will bring in some nice cooler weather. So there is some good news there, but still, really the Florida Panhandle could be seeing some pretty big rainfall here from the remnants of Sara. The European model still agreeing with that as well. Dissipates over land, then kind of intermingles over here with the cold front, as this will continue to push off over here to the east. That will bring a little bit more of that rain fall threat continuing on for Central Florida and the Florida Panhandle as well. So a little bit scattered showers and possibly some heavy showers at some points for the potential for heavy rainfall. Then once again, we do see, that high pressure build in over here over on the west. That will bring those cold temperatures in, as well as that cold front will be moving out. So that's good news right there as well. We're going to be seeing some pretty good temperature drops. Heading into the severe weather outlook right now, this is for tomorrow. We can see a slight risk continues on over here in parts of west central Texas here, stretching into that marginal risk heading into parts of Oklahoma. You can clearly see the cities are down here, right down here on the bottom of your screen. As you can see, a population of 1.3 million is in that slight risk, with almost 13 million people in that marginal risk there, as we could be seeing some possibility for some big, possible tornadoes could be forming in the northwestern part of Texas here. And it won't just be the tornadoes, but the wind will be one of our biggest threats here with this, and I'll show you here in a little bit why. But the wind is expected to be the biggest issue with the severe weather threat, not the tornadoes or the hail. The hail isn't a big threat, but so we're getting a little bit more of an idea on what we're expecting with the storm system. So winds could be over possibly 50, 60, maybe even 70 miles an hour in some of these squall lines that we're going to be seeing, or some of these storms here. Taking a look here at the HRR model, this is the 18Z, so it's a little bit earlier, but this is going to give us somewhat of an idea here kind of what we're looking at here. So this is November 17th, so this is tomorrow at 10 a.m. You can see a little scattered showers and thunderstorms heading into eastern part of Texas here. You can see that's where that front is right there. We're going to see this kind of push up here. A lot of that moisture coming from the Gulf will help it, and same with heading into Mexico. You can see a little bit of that snow right there into parts of New Mexico, and then we'll see a lot of that rainfall start to pick up over here in the western part of Texas. Then this will eventually push its way over here to the east, but heading into around tomorrow night, late tomorrow night, heading into November 18th here on Monday morning, early Monday morning, we can see the big line here of thunderstorms will continue to push off over here to the east. That's what that wind threat will most likely be there, and that will continue to push off here, and then we can see it does expand itself here and goes into parts of central Oklahoma. So Oklahoma City could be dealing with some of this. Dallas and Texas could be dealing with some of this. It's not a massive severe weather threat, but no matter what, there is going to be some pretty gusty winds with this squall line that we're going to be seeing here. And then obviously the snow will start to dissipate here in the next couple of days, but New Mexico and then possibly even Colorado could be getting some pretty big snowfall. The rainfall threat will push kind of up to the north here, and that pushes up into Nebraska, Iowa. You guys could possibly be getting some heavy rainfall here on Monday, and we'll keep an eye out on that very, very closely here. Taking a look, obviously, here at the rainfall precipitation from Sara, we're going to see really those numbers start to pick up here. Now this is the National Weather Service model here, and if this is correct here and it continues to pay attention to that path, we're going to see a little bit of those heavy rainfall threats right now, 3.5, 3.6 inches there. We're going to obviously see that very, very closely, because no matter what, wherever this rainfall goes could lead to a little bit of flash flooding. But right now, this is kind of what we're looking at here. 3.5 inches here in southern Alabama, 3.1 in kind of the western part of the Florida Panhandle, New Orleans, possibly 2.9 inches of rain. And this is all in the next 78 hours. Heading into the temperature outlook, because this is a big thing that we all love to see here. So this is the high temperatures on what we could be expecting heading into tomorrow here on November 18th, or this is on Monday, November 18th here. Let's actually head back November 17th. So heading into tomorrow, we can see cooler temperatures starting to come to the central part of the United States. Really nice temperatures still continuing on over this region, as the average is really kind of into the lower 40s, possibly up into the upper 50s as well. So very, very nice temperatures continuing on. Heading into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, very nice cold blast will come kind of down here into the southeast. 60 degrees here in Florida, 67, 66 here, 74, 63 in the Florida Panhandle, and parts of Georgia, Alabama. You guys could possibly be reaching up into the lower 50s at some point. So we'll take a look here at the lower temperatures as well. But really some cold air will really come down from Canada here, and that will push into North Dakota and South Dakota, reaching into the highs of 20s and possibly into 30s here. Then heading into about day 10, we're going to start to see really the south start to pick up its heat once again here. And then, but obviously, we're going to start seeing this whole area right here will start to get those cooler temperatures really. And that's just what we're going to be expecting. The big question is for the south, when will we start to just see an average of 70 degrees instead of going back into the 80-degree weather? We'll keep an eye out, obviously, on that. Taking a look here at the low temperatures for tomorrow, you can see this is what you're going to be expecting. 4 degrees over here. You can clearly see 0 degrees here in Nevada. We can, see that on the western part of the United States is going to be up maybe even in the teens and possibly into the single digits. The low temperatures for tonight, here, or, tomorrow night, and, possibly in the northern part of Florida, 50s there. So starting to really cool down there. And then in the 30s for the Northeast, and possibly even into the 40s into the Ohio Valley area. Then you head into day 3. That's when we see these low temperatures starting to cool down a lot more. We can see a lot of purple and blue. That is some very, very cold temperatures for the lows. So that's going to be into the possibilities for single digit numbers there. Then in the southeast, we're obviously going to be seeing a big, that cold front will be coming through here. You can see 53 degrees, 50, 52 here in Texas, Florida, 66, 58, 67, 71 for Miami. There you go. Day 5, day 6. This is when the cold front does start to come in here. So here on next Saturday, low temperatures into the 40s here in the eastern part of Florida, 50s in central, 56 for Miami all the way down south there, and 69 down here in the Keys. But really the big thing is we're still seeing those very cold temperatures over here in the northern part of the United States, as those low temperatures do warm up here on the western coast. Now we're going to be seeing here probably in a week's time, the low temperatures will really start to decrease once we head up here. Here into, especially in day 10 in the northern United States, possibly in the single digits there, and that will bring down another big cold blast. So possibly could be reaching to the negative digits heading into possibly 14 days from now. So a lot to pay attention to here, here for your daily weather update. We still have Tropical Storm Sara, that wherever that goes, that will be bringing heavy amounts of rainfall. The good news is no, major threat here to land, because it will most likely just be gone by then. So no major hurricane is expected. So that's good news here, especially if you live in Florida, because you don't need that. And then the storms for tomorrow, definitely going to be paying attention to that as the moisture starts to come up a little bit from the Gulf of Mexico and parts of Mexico, actually kind of coming from the eastern Pacific there. We'll keep an eye out on the severe weather threat as well. And also the temperature changes will be great here if you live in the southeast, because I know you've been waiting for that. And also for parts of the Midwest as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. Make sure to follow my X page down in the description for any frequent updates here on the weather, and make sure to have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and bye-bye.